our biggest update is coming out this Saturday, and the amount of anticipation is surmounting, and people are starting to get a little bit antsy. More importantly, for those of you that don't know, there is going to be a new tune coming into this update, and there's been so much theory and speculation about it. In case you don't know, there's currently 21 main tunes, not main tunes, what is this guy talking about? There's 21 tunes currently in the game, with last update having the main tune Sprout and the normal tunes Glisten, Cosmo, and Finn. There's 4 tunes in this update, but it appears that this update might only have 1 or have more that Quell just hasn't talked about. But considering this update came out in 3 weeks, most people are suspecting that it's only 1. Furthermore, people are trying to suspect and expect and see what the next tune is going to be. As of right now, this is the only evidence, the only leakage of the tune coming to the game that we have. And let me tell you something. I have heard so many different theories on who this thing is, who it is, or what it is. I've heard, and myself included, thinks it's a lollipop. We think it's a lollipop. That little brim around, we all thought it looked like a little sucker boy. Some people have told me he looks like a gymnast or like a dude that works out in the gym, which I see, because this line could be the sweatband, and that does, to be fair, look like a dumbbell. It does look like a barbell. I've also heard, which most people like to theorize, that it could be a construction worker, and this is like a yellow hard hat, and it makes sense that his trinket would be like yellow hard hat, and that he's holding also looks like a hammer. I've also heard some people say he's a firefighter. I think people are just making some stuff up. Also, guys, if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. I have a genius idea. I haven't even told you the main premise of the video yet. I'll tell you this. I'm going to tell you this first. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was originally 50K, but now we have 3 months. We have 3 months, and we're almost at 30K right now. Let's do something crazy. 75,000 subscribers. If we, because this is a big ask. This is a big ask. If we somehow on this channel get to 75,000 subscribers before the year ends, I will buy one of these sheet covers and I will keep it for an entire year. So am I asking for the world here? Yes! But is this a punishment? Also, y'all, this ain't cheap. This is 50 freaking bucks. I would have to sleep with this. I would have to sleep with this for a year if we get to 75,000 subscribers. We can think of something else for 50K, but this is if we get to 75. So you guys, make sure you subscribe. Tell your mom, tell your dog, tell your dad. I don't want to do that. I really, really don't. Like, imagine if I brought a girl over and then she's like, what is that? With my Danny's World plushies on it? Dude, I would look like a creep. Please don't unsubscribe. Please unsubscribe. Either way, what I thought would be fun today, for those of you that haven't investigated or seen this series on my channel before, is I'm going to go ahead and investigate all of the Fanon Wiki tunes to see if this new tune maybe was inspired by one of these OCs. Not only if it was inspired by the OC, but maybe, just maybe, Quell took inspiration from one of these tunes, and we might see a tune that resembles this new tune perfectly. So we're going to look and study for all of those tunes that I listed earlier that people think that the tune might be. For example, Bingo Bingo. Tell me this guy doesn't look exactly like that tune that was in the extraction image. Tell me right now. Look at this, and then look at this. Look at this, and then look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. I legitimately think Quell might have taken inspiration from someone else. So let's go ahead and look at this tune, and let's see if Carson is going to be the next tune. We're gonna look at all of the ones that we think it could possibly be. This one looks so similar to it. So as you can see, it says Carson and Jimmy. Who the heck is Jimmy? Loving the stars of the show. They love to do comedy and puppet shows together. His favorite thing in the world is child's laugh. Is what he's holding, is that Jimmy? Either way, he is gonna be a main tune. He's an extractor slash distractor. So he does both. Weird. His stats are extremely good. He does have stats to be an extractor and a distractor. The only problem is his stamina is only a 1. So with his stamina only being a 1, how good of an extractor or distractor or more so a distractor can you actually be? Hopefully his abilities make up for his lack of stamina. So for his first ability, he is able to give everyone or a random extraction or speed boost for 15 seconds. Everyone. I mean, that is really, really good. Cooldown of 45 seconds. Yeah, that's extremely good. But is it like a burst like Tisha? It didn't really specify if it's a burst like Tisha. I'm assuming he has to be close to everyone. So it could be good, but seems once again kind of situational like Tisha's ability is. It helps. It's helpful. You don't hate having it. His second ability is if he loses a heart, he will hope on top of Jimmy and ride him. Huh? This will make his running and walking speed faster, but his extraction speed lower. Okay, so that's how he works. So he has two. This is actually really cool. Okay, so he has 2 hearts. But when he becomes 1 hit, he'll hop on Jimmy, which is, I'm assuming, the thing he's holding, and ride him. So make his running and walking speed faster, but it's okay. So basically, until he gets hit, he should be extracting. But as soon as he gets hit, he's a distractor. I feel like it should be vice versa. I feel like he should start on the horse, and once he gets hit, he gets off, and then he turns into an extractor until he gets his heart back, and then he can extract again. That's just what I think, but it's a pretty freaking cool too. And I guess I have to rank it, because that is kind of what we do here at the end of the day. For those of you that don't know, I do casually rank tunes, memes, and everything non-Dandies or everything Dandies related that's outside of the game. So this is how I rank my tunes. So something that's an F tier is something that isn't an original character. It means you basically stole a concept for something else. Like if someone were to make Shen Sonic or Skibbity Toilet OC, that's not an OC. You're just stealing someone else's idea. F. Something that's a C tier is a tune that is original. However, it's just broken. Like it's not balanced. It doesn't really seem like they knew what they were talking about. Like either their abilities are just way too good. Like this tune can fly around the map. Like obviously that's broken. Or its stars equal over like 17, 18, 19, or 20. Like that's broken, right? That's just D tier or C tier. And between B, A, and S, it does get a little bit dicey. But getting a B tier means that it is high quality and it's balanced. And I can see it being in the game. Regardless, the main difference between S, A, and B is a silver lining on S. I would spend money on it. Like I would spend Robux on it. Something that's A tier is something that I would grind Iker for. And a B tier is something that I would just get if I had the ability to get it. You know, kind of like getting scraps. It's just nice to have all the tunes, but it's not C tier. So let's go ahead and move on and find another tune that looks like our culprit. But Carson, he is a top suspect at the moment. There has been so many new tunes added since I've been back. But let's see if we can find another construction worker or a lollipop. Like this tune looks like it could definitely have been inspired. This tune's a lollipop, which we also thought could be the new tune. It's definitely not this door. That is literally a door. I like it. However, I don't think it's going to be the new tune. It's not going to be anything with an antenna. This guy looks like a top suspect. I'm going to go ahead and open up all the top suspects that we think it could be. What the heck is that? Coob. Coob. Oh, this guy. This guy is a suspect for sure. What the heck is that? Kubro? This one could be a suspect. We'll go ahead and investigate that. It could be this one too. It could be. We'll take a chance. It could be this one, but they're not holding anything, which makes me feel like it's probably not. This is a high suspect. That is a high suspect. We're going to go ahead and open that one. I'm someone that's convinced it's a lollipop. I'm gonna be honest. This is a suspect. You are definitely suspicious. I would say this one, but I think the wings are a giveaway that it's probably not. I don't think it's you, but you are a cool boy. And okay, I think we have all of our main suspects. How many is that? Oh, you two. We have a lot of suspects. We have Sunty. We have Gumbella. We have Parter. We have Knightley. We have Lolita. We have Mint. We have Mentee. And of course, we have Coulson. So I can't promise I'm going to get through all of these tunes and ranking them. So let's go ahead and look at the ones that we suspect first of actually being this new tune, which I personally think who looks like it the most and is holding something. I think that is a silver lining. You know what? We'll start with the gumball machine. Because a lot of people did in my comments suspect that it is a gumball, and this is also a normal tune. And because it's a normal tune, I think in this update, it is more likely that a normal tune's added. So let's go ahead and look at Goombella and theorize if we think this could be a potential tune. And one thing that I am using as a reference that it could maybe more likely be actually like borrowed is the fact in the upcoming update and this animation and that thumbnail, in this picture right here, this tune is running away, which makes me feel like it's a distractor, right? I feel like this is a, you know, if it was an extractor, it would be on a machine, right? So the fact that Goombella is actually it's an extractor. So it's less likely to be Goombella now. Regardless, decent extraction stats, not great. She costs 1350, which is like a middle cost normal tune. And she can throw gumballs at Twisted to slow them down for 15 seconds is a long time. And that has a cooldown of 45 seconds. And she does have a Twisted form. So as far as, I'm not going to rank them. I'm going to actually start ranking them on how likely I think it is that they could be the new tune that's added. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10 likability or like feasibility. Like how the chance that this is the new, you know what I mean. Shut up. Up next, we have Santi. And Santi is a survivalist. And as a survivalist, that does mean, in my opinion, he has a good chance of actually being inspired. He also does have the glasses band around his head, and he is also holding something, which is why I like the feasibility of him actually being the next tune coming to the game. So, as a survivalist, he has average movement speed, above average stamina, above average stealth, below average extraction, and a below average skill check. So definitely in the survivalist department for sure. However, his first ability is called Coded Retreat. This tune can summon some code panels and swap places with a targeted tune. That seems griefish. Like, oh, I'm almost out of stamina. Here, let me switch with one of my tune friends. And then you like force them into a chase when they were on a machine not ready at all. Could be bad. Although this boosts the selected tune's movement speed by 65% and distracts his by 25% for 9 seconds. Whoa, what a quirky ability. Because it's weird because it's completely out of the other tune's control. I kind of like it. So obviously that's going to be his active ability. The way that every main tune works is they have one active and one passive. And his passive ability is going to be called Watchbot. Watchbot allows this tune to have a specific floating spherical robot near him that can detect, oh my gosh, a spherical, no, this really makes me feel like it's him. I really feel like it's him. That can detect if a Twisted is near him, though it can be destroyed in one hit and can be repaired on odd numbered floors. So Twisteds can destroy it. Dude, I feel like whatever that robot is, that spinny thing, right? It could be that thing that he's holding. Either way, I really like this tune. And as far as feasibility of actually being the tune that's added, I'm gonna give this an 8. This seems really likable. Up next, we have Parter, who likely-wise is already pretty low. Actually, it's extremely low. It's not that I don't like this tune. It's just, look at the top of his head. Yeah, that, like, the shoe does not fit there. Sorry, Parter. With Nightly, I still got sus on Nightly. Let's investigate Nightly a little bit here. Nightly is a humanoid tune in knight armor with a circular head obscured by a knight helmet. His right eye is closed and scarred. Upper part of his sword is covered with a chest plate, and he has metal pads on his shoulders. His hands are equipped with brown gloves, with him holding his sword in his hands. Nightly has red bands around his metal boots. Nightly is often depicted as quite sad and tired. Him and Astro are going to get along so well. So his role is an extractor. Dang it. I mean, it makes sense. He's not going to be fast, right? His stamina is 1. Makes sense. He's in clinging armor. His stamina is 2. Makes sense. Once again, heavy armor. But his movement speed being 4 makes no sense. He should have like no stealth, no stamina, no movement speed. Regardless, his one ability is called Vigilant Warrior, which is a passive. As this tune's health decreases, his movement and extraction speed increases. Fair enough. It also is a kind of quirky requirement. You have to use 5 eject buttons. That's fair enough. That's kind of fun. I like it. As far as feasibility goes, I'm gonna give this guy like a 3. It's not super likely now. Now I got a lot of sus on this tune. Miss Lolita, a lollipop with a white stick facing sideways. She wears a gray outfit. By the way, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, dude, it can't be that. It has a little sucker thing sticking out of her head. Well, let me tell you this, right? In this image, that sucker could be coming out the other way, and we literally just don't see it in the image, okay? So, bippity boppity, what are you gonna do about that, huh? Plus, this tune has a really solid render. Whoa. And this tune is gonna be a supporter, so not completely out of the running yet. Movement speed of 3, stamina of 4, stealth of 3, extraction speed of 4. Not all the stats are listed here. We don't have skill check. Regardless, let's check out the ability. It doesn't have one. This tune is so polished, but yet doesn't even have a special ability. This tune is ability list. Considering this tune is ability list, I'm gonna give this a 2 feasibility. I don't think this is super likely to happen. Up next, we have our first actual wholehearted distractor in the chat. With that being said, it is gonna be a normal tune with 4 movement speed, 4 stamina, 2 stealth, 2 extraction speed, and a 3 skill check. With her ability being that this tune can jump high for 3 seconds to get away from Twisteds. Can jump high? What does that even mean? How would that even work? As far as like look and aesthetic goes, I feel like it definitely could be a mint person. However, that ability doesn't really make sense, but it being a distractor does make sense. So I'm going to give this one like a 5 ability, 5 feasibility. Coming up next, we have another mint who is a Mac Rusher, which means machine rusher. So this is, once again, we have a extractor, which I'm not super thrilled about. However, it has a skill check of 4, movement speed of 3, extraction speed of 4, stealth of 2, stamina of 2. With the passive, or the active, passive, it is a passive ability. The passive ability that this tune gains 5% more extraction speed when successfully hitting a skill check. This buff goes away after Minty leaves the machine. Makes sense. Not a super great ability, but helpful nonetheless with the skill check and extraction speed of 4. So yeah, it is a very good machine rusher for sure. With V-Mote, chef's kiss. With that being said, I still am convinced that this new tune is going to be an extractor, or a distractor rather. So I'm going to give this a 6 ability, 6 feasibility of coming into the game. I actually might get through all these. I am going to. And last but not least, we have another machine rusher. So I'm not super convinced that this will be the new tune or that it was based on him. However, wait. He has wrap on his foot. Does this tune have a wrap on his foot? It's impossible to tell. All right, Coulson, tell me what you got. 3 skill check, 2 movement, 2 stamina, 4 stealth, 4 extraction. So not nearly as good as our last extractor, but still good nonetheless. But its ability has the size of a book. What is this ability? Sidekick Connection, which is an active ability. This tune can choose to bond with another tune. Already whack. Tunes will gain a 3% increase in all stats. Awesome. While also having each other highlighted as long as they are bonded. Awesome. Okay, wait. Coulson can choose to unbond with a tune after 20 seconds, followed by a cooldown of 80 seconds. This bond is automatically broken when bonded tune dies or when inside the elevator. So it doesn't seem like you stay bonded on the entire floor, which, I don't like that. That could have been so cool if you stayed bonded together. Nonetheless, I do still like it, and as far as feasibility goes, you know what? It's a 6. It's a 6 ability as well, right? I think it could be possible. Regardless, with that being said, that is all of the suspects that I have up to bat. If you guys think there's any OCs that I might have missed that this tune could have been inspired by, let me know down in the comments. And once again, please unsubscribe. I really don't want to wear the sheets. And as always, if no one told you it today, I love you guys, and seriously from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. This has been so much fun for me. Hopeless 2 got a little bit stale, and this is way more fun, I'll be honest. So thank you guys for everything. And shout out to everyone in the Skeleton Army. If you guys want to join, it is on the join feature button down below. I'm going to shout these guys out at the end of every single video from now on. Maybe even these guys are going to be the tiebreaker for the costume or what I do for 50K before the year ends and 75K. These guys are probably going to hold a lot of significant voting on that by the time that comes. So consider joining if you want. You don't have to. It's if you can. Regardless, I'll see you guys all again tomorrow. How does that sound? Are you guys excited for the update? I sure. Later, y'all.